All right. Welcome back to Bright Lights Live with your host, Jessica Ross. That's me. I'm so excited because today I get to pick the brain of I Love You Fun or Mama Funshine. She's pretty cool, and I'm super excited to see what we will learn from her and what from her experience that we can gain and add to how we think, how we move, and how we go. So, the basic premise of Bright Lights Live is basically having a conversation geared towards thinking about the mentality that we live in, the mindsets that we keep, the focus and discipline that we have, the habits, the tools and tricks, all the things that could help us at this time just continue to move ourselves. There's no direction other than the one you choose for you, but I want to be somebody that along this journey is just your happy helper, picking the brains of the people that I know that are really cool and just showing their perspectives, getting an opportunity to look into other people's lives through their eyes. So that's why I'm hosting this show, Bright Lights Live, so that I can pick brains and find out new ways of thinking, new ways of living, and really uplift myself and others. Hello, love.
How you
Hi.
doing?
Well, how are you, Queen?
Yeah, I'm doing really good. I
Thank you.
was having a bit of technical difficulties trying to join the chat. So yeah, I'm here. How you?
God, I am blessed and highly favored. So excited to get into your mind, to really more about how. So I guess let's start. Welcome to Bright Lights Live. I am your host, Jessica Ross, and I have the awesome pleasure of picking the brain of Mama Fun. I love you, fun on Instagram.
Yes, I'm so happy I could be here and vibe with you. I love your energy, and I just wanted to be able to support. I definitely think as women, we should be able to support and encourage one another. So I love this platform that you're creating to bring so many other artists together.
Yeah, I just the moment I met you, that first time we were hosting something. At the bonfire or the place where the bonfire was, and you just lit the stage with your energy, the fun that you were encouraging everybody to have with you. I just thought that was awesome, and definitely being in this day and age, I could follow you on Instagram and watch as your journey unfolded, which was pretty awesome to see. Um,
Yes.
yeah.
I definitely love that I get the opportunity to bring the vibes with me wherever I go. Um, I definitely want to send love to the entire Bonfire family since you mentioned them. The owner of Bonfire actually passed away 2 days ago. Yeah,
Wow.
that was a major, it wasn't due to coronavirus, but
Right.
it's definitely a major loss to the community, to the Bonfire community. So I just want to extend my love to them. His name was Mo.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
someone once said to speak their name, it keeps them alive,
Yeah.
keeps
Well,
that spirit.
I would
So
love to
yeah, just
love.
even thinking about it blows my mind. But yeah, I love Bonfire. If y'all ever in Atlanta, make sure y'all check out Bonfire on Sundays. Every Sunday, always putting on for the community.
Yeah, absolutely. Just providing a space free and to live. I did want to ask you, how did you come to be such a expresser of who you are? Like that was the first thing I know. Like this is who I am. Take it. Like how did you get to that point?
Um, I really grew into that point, to be honest, because I used to be very shy and timid and I wouldn't speak up for myself or speak my mind sometimes. And even now, I definitely choose when to speak. I'm not always speaking. Sometimes I'll just be sitting and I can be the most quiet person in the room. But then I also attract the right energy, and the next thing you know. So it just kind of happened really organically. Because, like I said, I'm not really the most extroverted person, although I'm very outgoing. So once people come, and it always starts with one and then two and then three, and so I always attract those vibes, and that I can think of that since high school. So again, like I said, I really grew into it and realizing like, dang, I could really hold a vibe. That's what's up.
Holding a vibe, I think is going to be newly introduced to people on a massive level. Everybody's getting into vibrations and now. How do you extend who you are and stay so like stable and firm in who you are while you hold the vibe for other people?
It's probably through like those darkest moments, like when you've had dark moments and you find that light and you push through, you know where you don't want to be again. And then you also realize that you create that light. And when you push for it, you know, you manifesting it, you opening the door, the window, or whatever it's for, and it's gonna come to you. It's easier said than done, but it's so real. Like even in these times, look at us now. Like we in a compromising situation, but look at how it's really bringing us together in a different way. We're being more compassionate, more open, more understanding, more real, more vulnerable, more transparent. You know, so yeah.
I
So.
love. I feel like right now I'm calling Cocoon 19 because everybody is in their cocoon, turning from the caterpillar crawling on this earth down formed butterfly that gets to fly. What fills you up to the point you know that this is what you're supposed to do when you're doing?
Say that one more time.
Like what fills you up? Like what is the feeling that you get when you feel confident in doing this?
Sometimes it could just be as simple as having the idea. And like, you know, as artists, as creatives, it always starts with an idea and then you kind of like obsess over it. Like, man, I have to bring it to life. And then, you know, or a painter, you know, you start with one stroke and then the next thing, they got a whole masterpiece. So I think it really starts with the idea and then the steps that it takes to bring it to life. For me, I'm old school and I do believe in manifestation. I'm gonna write that shit down. That's even like what I was doing before I came up here to speak to you. I was outside in the back. I'm trying to catch some sun right now. I'm probably a little shiny, but I was sitting in the sun. But I was also writing, and I was writing out a business plan. You know, something I'm gonna be dropping real soon. But just as the ideas come, I'm putting it together, writing it, being patient with myself in the process, being gentle with myself because everything doesn't happen overnight. But I do feel the shift. Like I haven't felt this inspired and motivated since I was about like 19 years old, and I'm 26 now. So it just feels really good. I feel like I'm stepping into my womanhood on a whole nother level. So yeah, the idea, it really starts with the idea and then I'm just hungry. You know, your stomach growl and then you be like, what am I gonna eat? I want this. So you have to take those steps. You have to go to the store. You have to prepare it. What seasonings are you gonna put in it? You know, so no, it starts with the idea.
I love it. Like through these conversations, I'm totally getting new ways to conceptualize similar thoughts because all of us kind of come to a point where we get it. You know, that it has to be something that we've decided, has to be something inside. Like, what do you have that continue your own push after you have that idea? What habits do you have that keep them up?
I'm glad that you said that because I didn't want to interject, but I'm like, man, I wanted to add something. Now, say we have a bigger goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we all have like this the thing, you
Yeah.
know? I want to be here. But then there's some people who forget about all those other components, those steps that's going to get you to here. You can't be sitting at the bottom stand. You're like, I want to get up there. And you're not even considering taking all those steps in between the top, you know? So I try to, with my ideas, I try to think of what other ideas can I give life to that's going to be a step towards here? Or then sometimes I feel like, man, am I doing enough? Have I been doing enough? Man, I really took a lot of time for me. I wasn't doing as much, but what does that mean? You know, to what skill? So I'm at this point where I'm really realizing like, okay, I've been taking those steps. So like, I might not be here where like, you know, I visualize or you know my destiny and I'll just leave it at that, but I'm like I had to give myself credit like okay, you've been taking those steps and sometimes getting up to the steps that means you trip, you feel me? So
But you braced yourself and you caught you. You know.
right, You didn't tumble down the stairs. You just tripped on your way up. And that's okay. So I try to look at life and my goals and everything that I've done thus far as those steps.
Nice, nice. In doing that, that sounds like you must have an inner conversation that you have with yourself sometimes. What would be some of the things that you say to you to kind of keep you encouraged?
I try not to be greedy, and when I say greedy, meaning I I try to embrace the moments, you know. And sometimes we get so caught up in, the here, and sometimes the back there, you know. I
Mm.
tripped on that third stair, and that's not gonna get me there. So I try to embrace the moments, and just be thankful, be grateful. I try to speak light to myself, like we could be our worst critic, but it's so real because you start to believe it. And then we're also going to hear other things. People are going to say other things about you. So what you say to yourself is so important. I want to make sure that I'm always speaking life to myself, that even when I mess up, I still deem myself worthy of that love. So, yeah, you got to be real with yourself. A lot of people going to be trying to serve you shit. I don't know if I can even say that,
Yeah,
but you know,
free, yeah.
and so, you have to make sure that you be your own kale salad. You be good for you.
Ah, see, this is why I do this show because that right, I'm taking it. You know what I'm saying? Like, be good for you, like to eat, to digest, to be a part of your life. One of the things that I've seen a lot from the people who I'm interviewing is that they're actually really their own friend. Like, what kind of relationship do you have with yourself?
It's probably the greatest relationship I have, honestly. But it's through being really honest with myself. So it's and also a part of being accountable is you have to be accountable. Like that voice in your head, like sometimes we be trying to like convince ourselves shit. Yeah. Instead of being real and accountable, and it's like it's me. I don't have to bullshit me. I can be honest with me. And at times I have to laugh at myself like, girl, you was dead wrong. And that's how sometimes through that, like laughing at yourself, it helps you forgive yourself. And another thing, like as melanated people, we know how to find a silver lining of joke in any situation. And we've been through where our roots run deep, and we always find a way to make it through. So I'm kind of the same way with myself. Like I don't take it so seriously. Like of course I'm hard on myself to an extent. I always want to be better, but in that moment, gotta accept where you're at. And again, that's a part of being in the moment. And then what's the lesson?
See, all of that to me sounds like you literally think about your living. Like you think how you're living, why you're living, what got you to the point to really think about your thinking.
Probably being like wrapped up in really. It's funny you said that. Usually I always like know what I want and I like go for
Mm-hmm.
it. But then I never want to get trapped in that idea. Like I wanted it to be this way. Now I'm kind of at a place where I'm surrendering. I'm allowing life to kind of just come at me in waves. And I'm like, oh, and the wave is always, it hits you by surprise, but it feels good. The wave is going to come and you just don't know what's going to happen when it hits you. So I'm just really accepting life that way. The waves are always going to be coming, baby.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. And that
it's,
underlying belief that the wave is going to be, I think that this moment we need a little more of. We need a little more of the basic understanding life is good, and because you have lungs and there's air, you were born to succeed, kind of thing. What base beliefs do you hold?
I have a few. One of them is I'm gonna share two. One of them is when you rush, you make mistakes. My father used to always tell me that growing up, meaning, we always gonna make mistakes. And so he would talk to me and be like, when you rush, and then I would say, you make mistakes. So that's kind of how he helped me accept the growth process. But then it also gives you time to reflect, like, okay, how can I do that better next time? And then the other one is what I would probably tell my children. And I believe you're either going to make an excuse or you're going to make a way. And that's really what life has taught me. So I tell myself that all the time. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you three because I like three. And three is an African proverb. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And something as simple as what we're doing right now via live is us taking those strides towards going far.
For sure. For sure. Oh my gosh. If we were in person, I'd still give you right now. That was
Yes.
yeah. Be it that you mentioned the word like woman, and I know that there are a lot of different outside standings of what women should be or what men should be or anything like that. Like what has defined your woman and how would you encourage somebody else to find their own?
One, don't ever compare yourself to anyone else because there's only one you, only one me. So don't ever compare yourself to anyone else. Look inside of yourself. Love yourself because your soul is trapped in this body till it's that day,
Yeah.
Judgment Day. And speaking of Judgment Day, who the hell are you to judge? So again, focus on you, and through focusing on you, you'll let everyone else do them, and you'll be able to flow in the line to what's for you. When you out of whack, you'll notice like you keep flowing into things that's not for you. And you can't fake the funk. It'll always catch up with you. There's this quote, I think it's anonymous, that I love, and it's the more you know yourself, the more tolerance and acceptance you. And I think it's the more tolerance you have for the things you see in others.
Mm-hmm.
It
Wow.
really is. I know I'm not a perfect man. You're not a perfect man. Who am I to judge you? I'm taking away from focusing on me by judging you. It's ugly.
I get that.
And that doesn't mean like nobody has moments where they be like, but
I understand.
it's like, and then you gotta be like, I'm sorry to that man, and you move forward.
Yeah, yeah, man. You sound really well read. What books have you used to help you in your mindset shift to this new you that you have?
Mm. I would say that I would credit that to life.
Okay.
Um, but also books, maybe, yeah, books, different speakers and stuff like that. Um, hmm, different spiritual scriptures. But I do like books. I kind of like books to escape, to learn, of course. My favorite author, I say that because my favorite author is Octavia Butler. So, if anyone reads Octavia Butler books, it's like it feel like grandmother stories to me, but it takes me to another place. And on that note, my favorite book by her, if anyone is wondering, it would be Seed to Harvest. It's about 4 books in one. The first 2 books are my favorite. The first 2 stories are my favorite. The first one is Wild Seed, and the second one is Seed to Harvest. No, I mean, excuse me. The first one is Wild Seed. The book is called Seed to Harvest. And the first one is Wild Seed, and the second one is Mind of My Mind.
Mm.
Those two stories really changed my perspective. Someone gave it to me on like my 21st birthday or my 22nd. No, it had to be my 21st birthday. I'm 26 now. Whew. So, I also have like one of my first grades. You see her?
Oh, nice. Wisdom.
Yeah,
Wisdom.
right?
Like,
That's what I think. This one I think is the wisdom. I got one back there. That's stress, but you know.
that's the truth. That's funny. That's funny.
But yeah,
Okay. Well, for the show, I like to pick people's brains, and then I like to get their information so people can book them, get in touch with them, all that type of stuff. And then I want to hear what you got coming up. Then after that, if you play a game.
okay, so we could play.
Okay.
My name is Fun. You can find me everywhere at I Love You Fun. I'll be dropping. We're all in quarantine right now. We're all on lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
So I have something dropping soon. A way for me to connect with you all during these times. So stay tuned. Please stay tuned. And let's play. Let's play. I love you fun. You'll see me.
Nice. All right. Well, I've been noticing that you do a whole lot of really cool photo shoots. And in my world, I want to expand that portion of my creativity. So this is a game called Pose. Okay. And what we do
Okay.
is we basically go back and forth, track a pose. But the first person to repeat the pose or do the same thing that one of like copy the pose, then you lose, but you get a participation award because it's awesome anyways.
Yeah, I'm about you just said pose.
Yeah,
There's
that's
no
this is so it's like we'll take turns. So mine would be like pose, and then you would go, yeah, and then right you pose, and then instead of copying it,
oh,
be like,
hold it.
yeah, you
Hold
hold.
it.
So I
Hold
know I don't copy that kind. Okay, you ready?
it. I'm like, hold on, let me back up.
Right, right.
Let me make,
Get
let me
ready.
make back out space.
This is so much fun. Okay, I'll start. Pose, 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 pose. Ah, okay, see, I'll be
I got you.
nice, nice, nice. Man.
You wasn't ready for my fuckery.
I wasn't. I wasn't. I was like, oh wait.
The funnery.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. But thank you for letting me pick your brain, get inside your mind, play with you, laugh with you, share energy with you.
Yes.
This is all I want to do in the world. I thank you for doing the same thing.
You're
Your
doing amazing. I'm super proud of you, and I'm really glad you invited me on today. I'm really glad I could be here to support you, and I hope you continue. And you definitely have my continued support. So
wow.
just keep doing your thing.
Likewise, sis. I love you. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for Bright Lights Live today.
Yes, thank you, Bright Lights Live.
Yes,
I'm
that
gonna
was
love
so
you
much
fun,
fun.
and it's been real.
Yep. Mwah, mwah. I'll see you soon.
Pose, pose, yes, pose.
You really got me. You got me. Thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in. That was I Love You Fun, Mama Funshine. I am your host, Jessica A. Ross, and I really appreciate you for participating. Again, this is Bright Lights Live, and it is a conversation series meant to mentally increase your perspective and open up your mind. I love you so much. Thank you for hanging out with me.